Hey everyone, it's Kadeem the 5'2 Ninja, and I want to ask you something. Have you ever seen someone do something so amazing physically, and you wonder how on earth they did that? And then you might think to yourself, geez, that's impossible. I can't do that. Or maybe you give it a crack, and then you go, wow, that's so hard. How on earth did this human possibly do that? Today I want to talk to you about how strength works and how everyone, doesn't matter who you are, whether you're a kid, whether you're 65 years old, doesn't matter, everyone can get stronger. Okay, now some of us might not become Olympic level athletes, but generally speaking, if you have a goal that's strength orientated, it might take longer depending on what it is, but everyone technically can achieve it. So basically, when it comes to strength, we gotta take everything back to our nervous system. Okay, so our nervous system, starts in our brain, and our nerves reach out to all the muscles in our body. Okay, you have heaps of different nerves. Basically, if I want to do something, let's say I want to kick a ball, as you'll see in this clip below. Basically, what I have to do is I have to think about it first, what it is I physically want to do, and that sort of happens here in the front part of the brain, the frontal lobe, in what we call our M1 or motor cortex. So we have to sort of foresee that movement, I guess, in our brain or pre-plan it, and then what happens is it transmits. Basically, once we want to do the movement, it sort of transmits down the body through the nerves to the correct muscles that are associated with that movement, and then you sort of you execute the movement. Okay. Now there's obviously that's just the simple path of how things work. Now in regards to say muscles, for example, the nerves, a nerve can innervate meaning sort of reach or connect to a range of different fibers in a muscle. So a muscle itself is made up of all these different cells and fibers that sort of bundle up together, and nerves, some nerves, bigger nerves, smaller nerves can innervate larger amount of fibers or less amount of fibers. This is really important. So when it comes to strength, so basically we have three types of muscle contractions. Okay, so let's say look at the bicep curl, for example, as you can see in this video over here. If I want to flex my bicep, this is called a concentric contraction. So meaning the muscle is shortening. Okay, so everything's coming together. Okay, so that's called a concentric contraction. Okay, if I want to relax it, or if I want to lengthen the muscle, even though I am moving towards the direction of relaxing it, there's still force being applied, and that's called an eccentric contraction. Okay, now if I just want to tense, and I just tense my bicep, that's called an isometric contraction. Okay, this is the important one, so remember this one, isometric contraction. So not only is my bicep now tensing, but I actually have other muscles too. My triceps, forearms are tensing more. Now if I were to put some sort of weight in my hand, all of a sudden, in order to support that weight, I'm going to have a whole bunch of different muscles. Obviously bicep, there's another one underneath there, triceps, forearms. Depending on how heavy the weight is, that's going to switch on to hold that weight, or else I'll fall over. So the heavier the weight, the more force that's needed, I guess, you need to apply to that weight, or to the what you're holding, the resistance, in order to hold it upright. So what happens is with your nervous system, especially as you get stronger or as you're lifting a heavier weight or whatever it might be, the nervous system has to send out more sort of waves, and basically what that does is that tries to innervate more muscle fibers in that muscle. So someone who's weaker will not be able to use as much of the muscle as possible versus someone who's a lot stronger. So that's why when you see people do really impossible stuff, they've been training for such a long time, or for a period of time, where their muscles and their nervous system has slowly developed, and their ability to engage a whole muscle rather than just part of the muscle is a lot better, and that's the key to being stronger. Now, if you want to break through plateaus, I tell you now, the secret is isometric training. So that whole holding the contraction, okay? So what you'll find is you'll be stronger and weaker in different ranges of motion. So let's use a pull-up for example. At the bottom of the pull-up, I'm at my weakest. The muscles are at its longest length, and it's a lot harder to basically initiate the movement from the bottom, okay? I'm strongest basically from this point on to here, okay? Because most of the fibers of the muscles can connect and they can sort of bind together. So I'm always going to be stronger from here to there, okay? So the key is, how do you get stronger from here to there so that you can get over that plateau? And the key is isometric training. So what I suggest you do, let's just use the pull-up as an example. So I'm at the bottom range, okay? I can't pull myself up. It's a struggle, okay? So what I suggest you do is initiate the movement, pull and hold, okay? So hold for say 3 seconds, and then relax, okay? And then what you want to do is, over time, so let's say over a week period, maybe do a few pull-ups a day. Let's say you did 5 pull-ups a day, okay, at 3 seconds. And then maybe each day you increase, from 5 reps to, say, eventually you get to 10, right? And then you stay at 10, okay? So 10 reps of trying to do 3 seconds. And then from there, what we do is we manipulate the time under tension, so the isometric contraction. So you go from 3 seconds to 4 seconds to 5 seconds. That's just from the bottom. Now, that's just part of the equation. So with something like a pull-up, for example, you need to train at all ranges to make sure that you strengthen everything, okay? So sometimes it could be doing isometrics halfway, okay? So holding developing strength here as well, isometric strength, as well as developing isometric strength at the top as well. If you develop isometric strength at all levels of a movement, eventually you will be able to perform the movement. And it'll happen like that. You'll be struggling for a little while, and then all of a sudden you'll do it. You go, oh my god. But the key is volume. So the amount you do it across a period of time, as well as the intensity that you work at. So if you can manipulate those two, you'll be able to fast track it a lot quicker. So like I said, working at all 3 ranges of a pull-up, for example, starting at 3 seconds, do a little bit every day or a little bit every other day, and then slowly increase the volumes, and then increase the intensity after that. If you have any questions or anything you want to know, leave a comment below, okay? And let me know, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can, all right? Keep training.